And your host for the weekend, it's Rob Benedict, everybody! Hi! Alright, there's lots to unpack. There's lots to unpack when you unpack it. First, gonna rock out a little bit. Vancouver, we're back! Here we go! Colors on the street, red, white, and blue. People shivering the beat, people sleeping in their shoes. But there's a wall inside of the road ahead. There's a lot of people saying we'd be better off dead. I don't feel like Satan, but I am today. So I try to forget any way that I can. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 I see a woman in the night with the baby in her hand under an old street light, near a garbage can. Now she puts the key away and she's gonna get it. She hates it like what she done with it. There's one more kid that'll never go to school, never get to find love, never get to be cool. Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 Yes! Vancouver! All right. Here we are. I just flew in. I heard a lot's going on. First of all, they cut my hair off. Let's start with that. I know I look much different than I did on the show, but by the end of the weekend, you'll get used to it. Same guy, same voice, same short stature, same naive, can-do attitude. It's me, Rob. I played Chuck on the show. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get on to business. Sad news, Jared is not going to be able to make it. Yes, that's a bummer. We're all bummed. However, we got Mark Shepard. Steph, she put in a poll. She put in like the bat signal. She said, Mark. She said, Jim Beaver. She said, Jake, I need you all here. And they go, you got it, Steph. They hop down their bat plane, and they're gonna land in the bat cave any minute now. So we got 3 for 1. If you stack all those men on top of each other, they equal the size of Jared Padalecki. So that all makes sense. Sometimes you go to see a Broadway show, and it's like, oh, the lead character is sick, but we have the understudy. You have the lead character is sick. You have 3 people, and they're not understudies. They're heavy hitters. They're huge in the supernatural fandom, so we're lucky to have them. So I'm with you for the rest of the weekend, and it's going to be one of those weekends where, like, remember that time Jared wasn't there, we were bummed, but then by the end of the weekend, we couldn't imagine it any other way. It was the most amazing weekend I ever had. That's what this weekend's going to be. So it's gonna be one hell of a weekend. Let's meet the boys of the band on the bass guitar. It's Robot by Barha. They call that a hammer-on in the industry. It's a hammer-on. On the drums, it's Steve Norton's understudy, Steve Norton. Just as good as the original. And on the lead guitar, there is no substitute, for he is William Billy Moran. I'm Rob Benedict. We're gonna rock your faces off. Let's do this. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Just keep on rocking in the free world. I went back to Liz and I was like, who is it? I don't know who's first. And Liz had a mascot. She's going, I'm like, I don't know what that is. But now I do, and I can tell you. Are we ready? You saw them yesterday, and they're back for more today. Ladies and gentlemen, Briana Buckmaster and Kim Rose. Black girls, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girls, bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girls, bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girls, bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Where'd everybody go?
I told them to leave. I said,
Nice.
no, I know. I got this. I don't know about you, but I look out and I see thousands of people.
I blame Adam.
You know what? The people who matter are here.
Yeah?
Hey, this is gonna.
When it's sparsely attended Saturday morning, that always makes you think karaoke went really well.
That's what I heard. Yes, I think so.
And that's partially because of you guys, right? You were here rocking karaoke.
Yeah, we like to open the show.
I like your blingy drink. Very blingy.
Yes, thank you. Somebody gave this to me, and then my husband brought this to me this morning with
Amazing.
delicious coffee in it.
And I love
This is a jacket I got on a soap opera I did in the 90s,
it's very
and it's all back in fashion now.
It's Matrix
Yep.
delight. I love it.
Right?
Yes.
Very
And I like your jacket too.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to leave you to it then.
Do it.
Okay, we love you.
Bye,
Love you.
boys.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. How is everybody feeling? Yeah, you sound tired. I don't blame you. Did you guys go to karaoke last night? Was it a good time? Did anything crazy happen after we left? Yes. What?
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, that's crazy. At karaoke? I love
Someone
that
sang
song.
a song?
Someone sang Welcome to the Jungle.
Guys, just to warn y'all, yesterday I had 12 cups of coffee and 10 pounds of chocolate, which made for a really fun day for everyone, especially me. Unfortunately, today I have a non-substance hangover.
Oh, like a sugar hangover.
Oh my God.
Oh, I get that.
I don't feel good.
I don't have a
coffee.
hangover, but is this going to be one of those panels where you guys just yell shit at us? You know what?
good.
I'll allow it.
This is a good, we
not?
can have a nice, intimate.
If we were allowed to, I would tell y'all to just come forward. I would tell y'all to just like all sit around here.
You knew this now.
Okay, now I gotta come sit with you. My
Here,
pants
come
are
sit on
gonna
the
stick
ground.
to the
Fuck this.
stage.
This is
Fuck
ridiculous.
this.
You all managed to
Fuck
get
this
up
in the
Thank
best
you.
way.
You got up and you're here, and we love you for it. Hi. Now,
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna stay down here for a little bit because I want to make sure the people in the back can see me. Yeah? Okay, and we love you people in the back. We're just doing a little bit of a bit. There you go. There you go.
Hi, no rules.
Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey.
No rules.
Thank you.
Cheryl, I've already paid you. Now I have to pay you again. Love you.
Thanks,
no, I'm
Mom.
Cheryl, right? I heard your voice. No, it wasn't. It was you. Hi. You sound like my friend Cheryl. Thank you. It's Melinda. Merlinda.
Yeah, don't fuck it up,
I gotta
Kim.
put you on the fucking payroll too.
Pay the compliment
Give all
payroll.
my money back.
Well, like, what are we feeling? What do we want to talk about? I know people will probably want to ask questions here, but let's
They
just
don't,
like
though.
set the tone for the day. Who here is from Vancouver? Oh, wow, that's quite a bit of you. Who here is not from Vancouver but Canadian? Okay, so sorry, let's do this again. Who here is Canadian? Okay, and who here is not Canadian? Okay, that's about half and half. Who here is, I guess that covers everybody, Canadian and not Canadian. Right?
Who here is something else?
Yes.
Woo!
Woo! Well, welcome to Vancouver.
Who here has not been to a supernatural convention before this one?
Oh, shit.
yes,
Oh,
see?
I can understand your confusion then. Yes, this typically what used to happen back in the day, because as you can imagine, Kim and I have been doing these. Kim has been doing them for longer than I have, and I feel like I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing them for about 7 years, I suppose, and we always do the Saturday morning convention or panel to open Saturday, and usually everybody is a little rougher for wear. And back in the day, we used to be, or I used to be, mortally hungover on Saturdays because I would do karaoke, and when you do karaoke, you gotta have like a wobbly pop or two, right? Now I'm an old lady, and if I have 2 drinks, which I did last night, I don't sleep, which I also did not do last night. So now Saturdays is about us complaining about our aches and pains, our sugar hangovers, gluten hangovers.
Oh, the gluten.
Oh, the gluten. Oh, the gluten.
In another 10 years, we're going to be discussing our bowel movements.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about how we forgot our insurer, you know. Nothing wrong with any of this. Nothing wrong. We're just
It's just
predicting
nice.
into the
It's
future.
nice to grow up with you. That's one of the things
Yeah.
I really appreciated about this fandom is that they're. Oh, good. Here comes the first cry of the morning. Is
Early, there you go.
watching people grow. Watching little people become big people. Watching big people become more people. Watching relationships evolve. It's so lovely that this has been a long-term commitment. Y'all fuckers are stuck with us. It's great.
That's right, goddammit. And partially because it will take me 24 hours to get up off of this stage again, now that I'm down here.
Yeah, there's still nobody that wants to. We are 30 seconds away from talking about our last periods.
There's a question. Do you want to ask a question?
Oh,
You
yeah,
can.
yes, all right. You looked so casual as you were lounging there. I
Yeah,
thought
you look like you were just
I thought you were
stretching.
staff.
Yeah.
I was just enjoying.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
That's what we're here for.
We're going to start with a question. Yes.
So obviously we were robbed of Wayward Sisters and the fabulous
Yes,
relationships
goddammit.
that could have been explored there. What kind of influence do you think Jodie and Donna would have had on the girls, each, good or bad?
On the girls in the show, like
Yeah.
Patience, Clark, and Alex.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, what's beautiful about
Claire. Patience, Claire, and
Claire,
Patience is
Claire.
Clark.
Patience is Clark. Copy.
There, yeah.
What I think is beautiful about throwing a group of women together is that women, in my experience, really tend to learn from each other no matter the age differences. And so I feel like it would have been a situation generationally because maybe Kim and I would have thought because we're older, we're meant to teach them things. You know, that was demonstrated a little bit, I think, in Wayward Sisters when, you know, at least when Donna was trying to give Patience a gun, even though she'd never shot one before. And she was like, it's easy, just give it a go. But I think that, and I feel like this in you know, real life as well, as I think there is so much that the younger generation is teaching us and continues to teach us about everything from gender diversity to racial diversity to healthy boundaries to understanding toxic relationships, things that when I was young I thought were just supposed to just endure, and now the young people are going, actually I don't want to be miserable and I don't have to be, so, and I think that's great. So I think that in Wayward Sisters the youngsters would have taught us as much as we would have taught them.
Yep. Thank you.
Your turn.
Hey ladies.
Look at these boots.
So cute.
So cute.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
First, I wanted to thank Kim. Yesterday, you made it was a quick comment, but it was really wonderful comment on neurodiversity, and I really appreciated that. It is.
What did I say? I don't remember. It was all a blur.
She's high on coffee.
You basically said you don't have to constantly disclose that you're neurodivergent in order to fit into these constant neurotypical barriers that we're up against. And it is exhausting having to constantly disclose, so I really did appreciate that. Now, you guys shoot the shit straight, so I really wanted to ask you
I like that.
specifically.
I'm taking that, stealing it. Mine now.
When the tickets for this convention went on sale a few years ago, it was touted as the final Supernatural convention. And I understand...
Hold on. Wait, what? What? Say that again?
Yes, it was touted this is the last one.
No. So the last convention ever?
That's what it was touted.
Are you telling us we're fired? Is this how you fucking break it to us? Oh my God! I just bought a house!
Well, I guess I'm gonna start drinking again. Sorry to interrupt. We need to be funny for 5 seconds.
And I know there's business things and trademarking and all that. But I'm curious if you actually have some information on what you see the future of this looking like.
All I know is that we have been invited to be a part of the convention circuit for 2023. That is literally all I know. I have
That's all we know for certain and legally.
Yep, we have the city dates, and I have the cities and I have the dates, and I have my name on the contract.
That's all we know.
But it's kind of the same thing with acting, when people are like, okay, so if Sam and Dean were gonna da-da-da, how come they didn't? I'm like, I didn't write that episode. I am just an actor. How come Jodie didn't say X, Y, and Z? Because it wasn't in the script. I have zero power in this world, except over myself.
That is not true.
Except over myself and how I move through it. But when it comes to contracts, they don't tell me anything.
Well, it's at least something that you have something going on for 2023, so that's at least something.
It's awesome. It is awesome. And what I think, and none of this is factual, none of this is reality, this is just, she hates us. What did we do?
She's letting us know that she's finished asking.
She's finished asking. We love you. I'm still going to talk because that's what I'm getting paid the big bucks to do. But we don't actually know, and I don't know that anybody actually knows, and that's what's beautiful. And I think that when we embrace change is when we get an opportunity to grow and help it grow. So I think that next year will be a version of what you've seen, but it will be a little different, and I'm choosing to believe that it's going to be fucking awesome. And that things will be different, but they'll be new in a good way. And will there be bumps? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Usually they are, so I'm going to prepare myself for a couple bumps down the road. But we've all worked together for a long time, and more so on the convention circuit than on the show. A lot of people worked on the show, but not with each other. So we've all worked with each other on the circuit for a long time, and we know how to help each other out. We work as a team, you know? And so when there are inevitable bumps that will hit the road, we know how to go, can you help me out? Or can I help you out? And so I don't know that you guys, I'm hoping that you guys don't notice those bumps because we're such fucking professionals, that we are able to smooth things out before you would ever see anything on stage. And I'm almost 100% positive that will be the case. But in terms of details of what it's going to be like, I don't think anybody knows. Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. And know that it is just as sacred to us as it is to you. I can only speak for me, and I'm choosing to also speak for Kim in this moment, is that these conventions, and specifically you guys, you friends, this is very sacred to us because I was only on 6 or 7 episodes of Supernatural, but I've been doing these conventions for so long, and so you all are more of a job and more of a community to me than the actors on the show. And so this is very, very important to me, and we treat this job very seriously and with such importance, and know that we will take care of you no matter what.
There was answering going on. Yay!
Oh God. Hello.
Hi, ladies. You were great at karaoke last night. Woo.
Thank you so much.
Woo. Quick question for you. So I think this weekend particularly leads us to remembering to appreciate things and appreciate what we have. And I'm wondering if you guys could sort of tell us about what you appreciated most coming out of COVID. As we, like 2 years ago, we were all shut in our houses and didn't know how things were gonna go, but look at us now. So what did you appreciate most as, you know, Supernatural folks that used to do cons and suddenly you were boxed in your house?
I really appreciate recognizing how much of my identity I actually had assigned to the world to give me. And when the world went away, I was able to be like, oh, I want to be who I fucking say I am, as opposed to attaching and giving the world the power to identify. Because like all of a sudden, I don't have the things that made me me. I don't have the job. I don't have the clothes. I don't have money. I don't have anyone to do my hair. So it also was, I don't have anyone to reflect to me what societal norms are. I don't have anybody to reflect to me what my value is. So I got to find it myself. And I don't want to give that back. I like me and I like defining me. So thank you, COVID, and fuck societal norms.
I second all that. I think that for me personally, before COVID, I was going at such a speed with projects, professional projects, with acting work, podcasts, albums, tours, conventions, what have you. And I was so fed, and I thought that I was just so happy doing all of that. And when it stopped, I was so unhappy that it told me that I was attaching so much to my work. I was attaching so much of my identity and worth to my work. And as I mentioned yesterday, that's a natural thing for actors to do. It's not good, but it's normal for actors to do it because we put so much of ourselves into our work. But when all of it stopped, hard stop, I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do now? So I had to get really very, very still, as we all did, and I had to go, you need to be okay doing nothing. You need to be okay with yourself. You need to be okay with your home life. You need to be okay with not being seen by others and not having, as Kim said, that mirror reflection to tell you who you are. You need to be okay with who you are if you are completely alone. And that sounds like very, woo-woo, I understand. But I think it's so true. I think that if you can always be okay, you will always be okay. No, if you can be okay no matter what, you are invincible. And so that became my practice during COVID, is going, don't need anything. Don't need to reach out to people. in order to get something back so that you feel validated by, I don't know, a friendship exchange or whatever. Not that you don't reach out to people, but I'm saying don't do it just so you can feel okay.
Don't attach to the outcome.
Yeah.
Don't let outside define my inside.
Yeah. And so taking that time, I found it very precious. I feel like I came out of COVID a different person, to me, because I learned how to be okay. And it's constant practice. Constant practice. I still suffer from FOMO and I'm sensitive and I get defensive, but now I recognize that those feelings are not me. I don't identify with the feelings of being offended or being sad or feeling left out. Those are feelings that I now know I can separate from my identity, where pre-COVID, I just thought that that's who I was. And now I go, no, I can look at that going, that's a feeling that I'm experiencing. And that's something that COVID taught me. That's not something COVID taught me. That's something that the time during COVID taught me. And I'm forever grateful for that. And I think that, I imagine a lot of you went through something similar, and I think it's a precious thing that we learned. It makes us better humans, doesn't it? To learn how to love ourselves a little bit harder, a little bit stronger. Yeah.
Get up there! Get up there!
That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get, you perverts.
Right here,
Hello.
can you hear
Yes.
me? Okay. I had just had a quick opinion question.
Okay.
Later today, there's going to be a cosplay contest.
Yes.
And I have Jody's haircut,
Yeah.
but I have Donna's body.
Yeah.
So which one should I do? Should I
I say
try to
both.
cosplay both?
Do both.
Okay.
Great. That was easy. Bye. Can't wait.
That would be, and that's there you go. That's an episode where Jody and Donna had a head swap.
Oh, yeah. I love those episodes. Hello.
You guys always look so great. I love your fashions. I'm wondering, who's your fashion style icons?
Kim Rhodes. I don't know. Honestly, like, another thing that happened during COVID is I was like wearing sweatpants 24/7. And I came out of it going, oh, people are going to see me. What are people wearing now? And I actually went on TikTok to find out not what the kids are wearing, because I'm not going to be wearing, baby barrettes. Got to next convention. I'm just like decked out in baby barrettes. I like to keep up with fashion. I've always enjoyed fashion and the change of fashion, and I also am pretty good at dressing for my body type, and I also don't hide my body, which I know affects people in different ways. But people, I think, can make the choices for themselves, whether they like to, be modest or, wear see-through crop tops. And I enjoy pushing the boundaries with my fashion, but I also don't, as we mentioned before, I don't choose to identify with any particular trend. I just like fucking around,
I tend to wear all black because it means that I don't have to deal with choices, because choices make my brain hurt. So I can choreograph a silhouette, but I can't add to it which colors go together or make me feel things. So that's not so much a style choice as it is my brain is happier choosing this way choice. In terms of a style icon, I am 53 years old and I still want to be Susie Sue. So there you go.
Who's Susie Sue?
Susie and the Banshees. Yeah, no, way before your time. Way before your time.
So young.
It is. You are very, very young. Yeah. There's an editor. There's a woman that was an editor of I want to say Vogue, and I can't remember her name. And it'll come to me 5 hours from now, and I'll grab a microphone. I'll just run out on stage, grab a microphone, scream her name, and then run back. But I can't remember what her name is. But she has like the white, the
Anna Wintour?
No. She's fucking awesome though. Anyway.
Sweet. Final answer.
I don't know how I end up like this, but I do.
It's so great to be like, I can do trends, but I actually love this thing, so I'm choosing to wear this thing.
That is, yes, I'm Joan Jett. I do a lot of what is Joan Jett wearing? Oh, that's,
Yeah.
You know what, fuck it. You reach a certain age when I go, the trend actually doesn't have to apply to me. Again, sociotypical fucking, fuck that. I don't Yes, I'm unironically wearing skinny jeans today. Fuck off!
I love skinny jeans, and I love a wide leg jean. I love what I love, and I love that I'm at a point, as you said, in my life where I don't have to worry about what other people think of what the fuck I'm wearing.
Yeah.
You know? I like what I'm wearing. Thank you, bye. Hi.
Hello.
What's her name?
Merlinda.
Merlinda.
Oh, you're fucking
I was
fired,
like,
Kim.
I was
No.
I missed the L because it's like Merlin, like the mage.
Merlinda. Yeah, you're
it's
fucking-
like the mage.
Merlinda.
Merlin with a duh.
That's yes. See?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You tell people that? Merlin with a duh.
No, don't do that though.
Okay, copy. Sorry. Sorry.
Wrong universe. Wrong universe.
Hello, welcome. Good morning to the party. Hello.
Buddy.
Hello. Okay, so you ladies are in such a position where you have broad influence, you know, and us as women have a tendency to hide who we are. We hide our body, we hide our emotions, we apologize a lot, we have a natural tendency kind of to do that. And you are carrying such a powerful message, and I'm 53 too, by the way, and I'm so like jealous there, little lady. Do you have wrinkles? And that's not the question, never mind.
Yes, I have wrinkles. I also openly let people know that anything that comes in a needle that I could shove in this face has been shoved in this fucking face.
Okay. But that's
I am not one of those like, I have no idea how I just
soap and water.
Like, I'll fucking show
I
you.
get so many laser
where we
treatments. I
shoot
get a
this shit.
facial once a month. Like, do not
Okay.
kid yourself.
Okay, but the real question is, you know, I mean, there's therapy and all that wonderful stuff. You know, I've got 2. That's how many I need. But what do you do to kind of, you know, retrain the things that we as women have been trained to do? What kinds of things have you done to get to this position at this point in life where you're a little more confident than maybe some of the young women in the room?
Practice.
Is that too serious?
No, I love it. It's a
Okay.
beautiful question.
No. Is this
Love
your first
it.
convention?
This is my first.
Okay, yeah. No, there's no such thing. You can ask us anything. If it's something we don't want to answer, we will at least give you the dignity of explaining why we don't want to answer it.
Oh, perfect.
No, this is our jam.
Oh, this is a
This
great
is our fucking
question.
jam right
Okay,
here.
perfect.
All right, you're drinking. I'm not gonna talk. I'm just da da da. Okay, you have an answer.
No, I forget what I was going to say.
You say practice.
Practice.
That is a big one. And the kind of fake it till you make it, I've been doing that since I was a teenager because I was bullied so heavily when I was in high school. And then by the time I got to college, I was this kind of big, blousy personality, but I was very insecure on the inside because I did not have a body that followed societal beauty standards. It's funny. It's funny when I think about how women are treated based on how they look. Because I used to be much more significantly overweight when I was quite young. And so I was overlooked often. And then when I, developed different, health codes for myself as I started getting older, my body changed, the way I presented myself changed, and I was treated so drastically different that I was offended. And I think that we should be. I think we should be offended that, women are treated so differently based on how they look. Now, the question is about how do you gain that confidence? So that's one thing that fucking sucks, is that if you don't have a body or a face that reaches those societal beauty standards, you will have to fight against that to believe in and love what you look like. Continue to fight. It is the good fight, because I think that we are together changing those beauty norms, and we get to go, no, I actually think I'm fucking a smoke show, and I don't need you to think I'm a smoke show. The other thing is having people who are beautiful reflections of who you are, not only on the outside, but on the inside, which is, as we know, the thing that will last forever. The other thing is, I am lucky enough to have a partner who, while he loves the way I look, he's with me because of the way I move through the world. And when you have people in your life that are inspired by you, that have nothing to do with the way you look, then you also place less onus on the importance of how you look. It is fun, as we talked about, to change your fashion and makeup and hair. I love all that shit. Love, 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 love. However, I also think that I'm very attractive when I don't do any of that stuff. And it's because of how I communicate to people, it's how I relate to people, and it's my innate ability for compassion and all of these things that have nothing to do with what I look like. And so I think the more that we can, or the less that we can relate confidence to looks, the stronger that we will be.
I would like to contribute as well. You spoke about therapy, and this is going to be the more emotional side of things. I realized I made a big, huge shift in my life when I stopped moralizing discomfort. I stopped saying I feel bad, because I very much had this mindset that if I feel bad, I am bad. I've done something bad. That's the I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I started just saying I'm uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. This doesn't mean I'm bad. This doesn't mean I'm being punished. This also doesn't mean I need to change so I feel good. Things are good if they make me feel good. They're comfortable, pleasant, enjoyable, or uncomfortable, sucky, valid, but not good and bad. And once I stopped moralizing how I felt, I realized that it meant when I was uncomfortable, I just was allowed to make myself comfortable again. Instead of I'm bad and I somehow need to compensate for being bad. It also gave other people permission to feel uncomfortable. I no longer felt compelled to be like, you feel bad, that means you aren't present to love me and meet my needs. I stopped putting it in this huge reward and punishment, and into comfort, discomfort. And it meant that I was much more capable of making choices that made me comfortable and helping other people do the same. And that for me was a big deal in drawing a boundary. I'm not bad because I feel bad. I'm not wrong because I feel punished. I'm just uncomfortable. And, I'm allowed to change the situation. So,
Thank you so
that helped me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You got this. Great question.
Hi. So I love the apologies episode of the Wayward podcast recently. It's certainly something I am working on a lot myself. And in particular, I've also been working on kind of apologizing in advance for things. So,
Oh yes, hi, I'm about to disappoint you, so please don't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I know that song.
using words like just or if that's okay, and things like that. So I wonder if there's any other terms that you've learned to avoid using, or anything on those lines related to like apologies and how you communicate.
Yeah, that's a great question. I've seen a lot of stuff recently. I've learned a lot of stuff on the internet. Have you heard of the internet? Where they say just along those lines. So she's speaking about a recent podcast. So Kim and I have a podcast. For those who don't know, it's called the Wayward Podcast. It is literally the #1 podcast in the world right now.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not. But in this room it is, God damn it. Thank you. And we did an episode talking about apologizing, or I think more so it was over-apologizing. Or apologizing, the need to apologize when it's not necessary to be apologetic. Such as like you bump into somebody or you're late or whatever. And we talked about things that we could say instead, which was mostly thank you for your patience. Or if somebody bumps into me, I am able to go, whoops, instead of I'm sorry. Because the word I'm sorry for things like that makes me physically, energetically feel like shrinking. And the less I can do of that in this world, the better. So you were saying some other terms that I've heard are, does that make sense? I've stopped saying that. I have tremendous verbal acuity. If you cannot fucking understand what I'm saying, that's on you. I'm not gonna ask, does that make sense? I know it makes sense.
Because what we mean by does that make sense is, do you agree with me?
Or is that okay that I said that?
Do I have your permission to feel the way I do? And fuck off.
inside you're just going, yeah, I stopped saying, does that make sense? I've stopped adding smiley faces to emails. Thank fucking Christ. What else?
Yeah, I think just in general, being aware of how much permission I ask from the world to exist. That's not right. Yeah. That doesn't help. I don't need to ask permission. I am here. That is an undeniable fact, and I am allowed to own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're allowed to speak, and people are allowed to be affected by the things we say without having to, as you said, apologize before they even respond, which inherently you do with things like, or what do you think, or does that make sense?
You don't have to, but
yes,
we do. I do a lot. Okay, you don't have to, but would you be willing to? It's like, why?
Yeah.
Nobody has. No. That's.
Is it okay if?
Yeah. Would you mind?
Do you mind? Yeah. All of these things. Let's work as a group really hard to not use those phrases. So thank you for that reminder.
Yay. Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I want to start off, Briana. Thank you for using the phrase wobbly pop, because that is so Saskatchewan.
Hey, Saskatchewan! Everybody's like, Saskatchewan? Saskatchewan, where I'm from, as well as these folks.
And I'm loving that we're having all these serious discussions, and there's some stuff I'm going to take home, but I'm going to lighten it up a bit.
Do it.
Yeah, bring it.
When you were kids, since it's Saturday morning, what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon?
Oh, fuck. Flintstones! Well, no, the Flintstones was a noon show, right?
Yeah.
You came home for lunch. Gummy Bears? Anybody watch that show? Gummy Bears! Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Wait, it's not a gummy bear.
No, that's new.
Gummy bear.
That one's new.
See,
That one's new. Thank you, Krista.
My nephews
what
are
else?
obsessed with it. New, it's now like 14 minutes.
Saturday, yeah, give it. Let's hear it.
I'm significant.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I was a classic Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny, yes.
Yeah.
Tiny Toons, yeah, that was my generation. We watched Tiny Toons. That was a big one. DuckTales. DuckTales. Wasn't there like a Scrooge McDuck one? No, that was a holiday one. Darkwing Duck. Yes, fucking these shows were gold.
I'm significantly older, and I didn't get to watch a lot of television as a child. The only one I remember enjoying Captain Caveman and the new Shmoo. No one knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
No one knows that one. Oh,
that's the case with most of my favorite shows in this world. People are like, what's your favorite all-time television show? And I'm like, Greg the Bunny! And there's just this. Thank you, right?
Look at Saskatchewan likes it. Saskatchewan likes it. And it's so funny because now we don't have Saturday morning cartoons because even my daughter, she watches YouTube or plays games on her iPads. Like nobody watches TV, or the new generations don't watch TV anymore.
I disagree, but now we have, whoop, brain went away. MAGA. No, we don't have, no, that's a different thing. That's a different thing.
Bad thing, bad.
Although, is it really? No, manga. Fucking, what's the word for the animation? Anime. Jesus Christ.
So mad at you over
I
there.
pulled a muscle.
Like, Kim Rose is a fucking idiot.
That is painful. I do not have tremendous verbal acuity. Does that make sense? No. But yeah, we have a much larger culture of animation and much, I think, a wider array.
It's true.
It's just not on Saturday mornings.
I will give a personal shout out for myself. I am on a cartoon called Chip and Potato, which is on Netflix. I play a mama pug. There's 2 seasons of it. And I'm on another cartoon called Dork Fandango. I think it's on Nickelodeon. I don't think it's in Canada. I haven't seen it yet. And then my daughter, who's here today, who's in the back, Valentina.
No, she's not gonna make it. She's back there.
She's got her headphones in. She's like, "Meh," she's playing her games. She is on a cartoon called Coco Melon. Yeah, Yeah, she plays a little Latina girl who speaks, because Valentina is half Mexican, so she also speaks Spanish, and she speaks English and Spanish on the show, so she's got a fucking juicy bank account, that's for sure.
I used to love when I was older, I loved Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Animaniacs in general, but Pinky and the Brain are kind of...
Animaniacs,
when I met, so recently at a convention, I got to meet the man who voices Pinky. And I was, because of the soap opera, I was present when he won his Daytime Emmy. And his speech, he thanked his wife for being his heart's true north. Right? Right? Like, I was like, oh, and so, like, last year I met him. It was like, I was there and I was able to quote his, and it's so interesting being a fan because of this experience. You know, people are always like, what's the weirdest fan experience you've ever had? I'm like, none. It's just different ways of love. It's just different, like when someone comes to me and expresses their love for stuff that I've helped create and how it's impacted them, that's what I see as the love. And so it was so fun being able to be like, I'm quoting you from 20 years ago, and knowing that he would receive it the same, and indeed he did. He was like, I have to call my wife and tell her that you remember. So thank you for teaching me how to fangirl, so that I can effectively stalk Neil Gaiman. That's a total side note, but yes, I like that one. I also like Phineas and Ferb. And Dan, I used to teach when I was teaching writing. I used to teach his daughter, and they had no idea who I was, and it was awesome because they would just talk about Disney Channel occasionally. I'm like, I'm familiar with Disney Channel. Yes, but
I just want thank you so much for your question.
Thank you. Wait,
go Saskatchewan.
what just
I want
happened?
everybody to notice that the caffeine is kicked in.
Oh yes.
Have we noticed that?
Hi.
Yes. I'm watching you talk, and I'm like,
oh, there she goes.
I'm like, go girl. Today's gonna be fun.
Yay.
Hello.
Hi, my love.
Hi, I really like the TED Talk you gave us yesterday about it's okay that you your friend to stood up for you, and there's no need to be shame, because I do that all the time. Let my friend do everything for me. And my question is, what's your favorite book that been helping you to become a great actress?
Our favorite book? I don't know if I've read any books about acting. There's a few. There's The War of Art. Is that what it's called? No? Okay. Art of War. Thank you. It was one of those things. I read that one quite young, and I remember really liking that one. There's a lot of very specific books. Audition is a big one that people really liked. When I got into screenwriting, I was reading Save the Cat, which is a good one with writing. But I don't read a lot of books about acting, but I do read a lot of books about how to find more of myself, or how to be more of myself. One that I've read recently is called Grit. It's very good, and it basically talks about how all successful people in any profession really has very little to do with talent or skill or education, and it has more to do with grit and stick-to-itness. And that has been my experience. Grit. It's literally called Grit. Yeah, it's brilliant. I loved it. What about you?
I think the book, I just reread it again yesterday, that has helped me the most with acting and person is a book called Illusions by Richard Bach. Yes.
What's it about?
Flying an airplane.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, he also wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So it's very long. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's lovely.
Right
It's
on.
lovely. And that's helped me a lot with acting. Just because acting is really about finding aspects of yourself to tell the story that's in front of you. So I think the more you know about who you are, the more tools in your toolkit you have to bring to creating another person. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hello, Amara.
Amara, did you have fun at karaoke last night?
Yes.
Did you have fun when I dragged you up on stage to dance with me?
Yes.
Thank gosh. Thank goodness.
Yeah, y'all looked like you would have said no if you didn't want to
Oh man,
come.
you were,
Yeah.
I love your dance moves,
We
dude.
needed some dance moves.
So great. Thank you so much for teaching me how to dance properly. Honey, did you have a question?
What is your favorite story to tell to your kids?
What is our favorite story to tell to our kids? That is such a great question. Best question of day, no offense.
Now, do you mean, my favorite, like, I'll tell a lot of stories from my childhood, but those are not amusing to my kids. My favorite book to read to my daughter is called Goldilocks and the Three Dinosaurs. Have you read that one?
No.
It's very amusing, but it's also chock full of sarcasm. So it might take you a little while before you fully understand the humor of three dinosaurs. Mama dinosaur, Papa dinosaur, and some other dinosaur from Sweden. Might have been Norway, don't remember.
So I have a few books. So my favorite book to read, Valentina, it was my favorite book growing up, and it's called Jillian Jiggs. Hey! Because I felt like I was Jillian Jiggs. And Jillian Jiggs, it looks like your room has been lived in by pigs. Because she liked to play dress up all the time, and her room became a disaster. There's also
Is that a flask? Oh, okay, good.
It's a Red Bull.
Well, I was going to say...
Same thing to a child, yeah?
Yes.
And then there's a book Valentina likes called This Book Has No Pictures.
Oh, yes, yes.
Has anybody seen that? Written by...
Yep.
What's his name? The guy from The Office.
BJ Novak?
BJ Novak. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a very, very funny book, but it has no pictures, and so you think kids wouldn't like it, but kids really, really like it. And then there's...
But that's the one that makes you say words.
Makes you say funny words. Oh man, it's so funny. She loves that one. And then there's a book Kim bought my daughter called Hey Girl. Girl. I think it's got girl in the title. Valentina will tell you later. And it's basically talking about all the things that a girl can be, feel, do, and that all of it is allowed. It's a beautiful book as well. Thank you so much for your question,
Thank you
honey.
for your question, Amara.
Yay!
I'm sorry I accused you of carrying a flask. I just saw something shiny.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
So yesterday I really liked Kim's tip about looking for the marks on the floor, and it really adds replay value to the show for me. So I'm gonna watch through.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Now you're gonna know every time you see me walking like John Wayne, you're like, she's looking for her mark.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be able to do that. So I was wondering if you had any other tips like that for someone who isn't going to be acting in front of a camera, but may accept a lot of Golden Globe and Academy Awards on the way to work.
Fair, me too. Same.
They're always throwing them at me.
Brianna, if you have anything as well, if you could throw
Tips, acting tips.
Well,
the technical,
yeah,
the
kind of like meme
replay.
tips, you know?
What's going on? Well, I can't tell you that in multicam, so like sitcoms, if you ever hear a laugh track, that's a good way to tell. So you have to find your light. And when there's someone shorter than you working with you and they step into your shadow, you need to move so they're back in their light, especially when they're the star of the show and it's named after them. And the problem is, when the little fuckers know, they think it's hilarious to step into the shadow again so that you have to move again, and then you keep moving until eventually someone goes, Kim, you're out of your camera! And then they laugh at you. Because you can't blame the 12-year-old for the fact that you fucked up, because that's a bad look. So yeah, if you're ever watching Zach and Cody and you see me randomly just like shifting back and forth,
yes, you'll see
it's
that
so
a lot.
the other person would stay in their light.
Phil Segrecio taught me this great thing in my first episode. He said, and it was, I didn't understand what he was saying, and then he explained it to me. He said, I want you to go and say your line, stop, and then he's like, I want you to Busey to the camera. And I had no idea what this meant, but it's named after, apparently, Gary Busey. It basically means just kind of mug to the camera, not at the lens, but so the it catches you and stay there for a bit, because then they're gonna like use that, put some music under it, and then go to commercial. So if you see actors, which you will see in every single TV show, just say their line and then pause or look down or look into the abyss, they're doing Busey. Yes. Thank you.
Enjoy.
I worked with Busey. I did a movie with Busey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can we take one
Terrifying.
more, just
Please-
because I
please
see
do.
this
Please
teeny
take one
tiny
more.
one? Hi, honey.
This person's jumping the line in front of you, yes. Because look at the hat, Rob. Look at this. This person was
I know,
up
we
here
were just
dancing.
talking about it.
You
Superfan.
are my style icon. This is what I
Yes.
want to look like when I grow
It's
up.
a mini
Same.
Kim and Briana, really.
Yes.
Hello. What's your name?
Briella.
Riella?
Briella.
Briella? Literally half of the greatest name in the world. Well done. What's
What's
up,
your
honey?
question?
What is your favorite Phineas and Ferb episode?
Oh, squirrel
Great
in my
question.
pants.
Yeah,
Squirrel in my
that's
pants.
Briella's too.
Come on, yeah.
That is a good one.
That is a
Thank you.
good one.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you
you
so
are a rock
much,
star.
honey. Thank you so much.
I love the way she asked the question. She's like, "What's your favorite?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Phineas and
Yeah,
Ferb?"
You should have seen these ones dancing last night at
Briella
karaoke.
and Amara were dancing on the stage
On the
last
stage.
night.
They're
Love it.
killing it.
Yeah.
They're like straight ravers. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
When you said it's half of the best name in the world, I was
Yeah.
going to say Cruella.
Oh, Jesus. Jeez.
Oh God, now I gotta get back on
I know.
stage.
All right, good
I
luck.
chose poorly. I'll be over here. I gotta
And
get
thank
on
you
stage.
so much for letting her bud, my friend. Best friends forever.
Yes.
I thought you said lending her butt, but that's not what you said. But on that note, ladies and ladies, please give it up one more time for Briana Buckmaster and Kim Rowe. What are you going to do when they come for you? Bad girls, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when they come for you, bad girls? Bad girls, what are you going to do when they come for you? All right, everyone, we're going to keep moving the show right along. These next two gentlemen, you can't see one without the other. They're peas in a pod. We love them both. Please give it up for David Hayden Jones and Adam Fergus! The boys are back in town. All right. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Boom. Yeah. Nothing clears a room like David Hayden Jones and Adam Fergus.
Whoa.
Goodbye. Apparently there's way more important photo ops happening. Hi everybody. How's it going? Hi Vancouver, day 2. Was anyone at our panel yesterday?
Repeat
And
offenders.
did you consult the PTSD counselors after the session? You made sure your waivers were signed. We're gonna make sure that we keep this
fucking
more
clean.
on the Hallmark side today, okay? Nothing filthy.
Cock, shit, balls. So,
There you go.
like,
Oh.
who was at karaoke last night?
Yeah. How good is this guy at hosting karaoke, right? Adam Fergus?
This is just
An Irish party, what a crike.
an example,
Crack?
an example of the camaraderie amongst this cast. So normally we have a few people that come and help me out with karaoke, but there was literally no one last night that's, supposed to be at karaoke. So I was saying it to Briana and Kim in the green room, and they said, you know what, we'll come, we'll open it for you. And then you just come in and then we can go to dinner. So that just blew me away because, having to do it on your own is such a challenge. So to have the two girls open up and then to have this lunatic come in, bounce in halfway through and really get the energy up. So
That wasn't me.
I'm so appreciative of these people that I get to work with all the time, and I really want to thank them for that.
Yeah, and some people were really bringing the noise last night. Great energy, incredible.
Yeah, well done.
We saw some, there's some beautiful performances where you could just see people's confidence grow through the song.
Big time, yeah.
And then with all the help of this wonderful extended family of all the cousins here in Vancouver, it was really wonderful. How many people, what was really fun about yesterday at my table? There's so many people from all over the world at this convention. Have you been meeting people from all over the world in lines and like having cultural, isn't that incredible, the power of this show, that it just has this incredible international borders and no borders and all these people here. So how many Germans are in the house? Say Achtung. That's not Achtung, that's woo. That's woo. So apparently a lot of people were talking about my stash yesterday. And by stash, I mean mustache. Does it look better with the suit? No. And how about Rob's new haircut, right? Has he told you why, or is it still secret? Super top secret. Okay, good. I don't want to burn that down. But I like his new buzz cut. But when he gets back, I want to put my mustache on his hair just to see if we can recreate Velcro. I just want to see if that's something we could make happen. But here's...
You could do some like ASMR or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, sleepy.
Delicious. So, for my German friends at the table yesterday, apparently there's a great word in Deutschland for mustache, and it is Schenkelbürste.
Schenkelbürste?
I have a Schenkelbürste on my face. Yeah, a Schenkelbürste. And it has the umlaut and everything. As you know, I'm very umlaut positive. I would put umlauts on everything if I could. But do you want to know what the literal definition of Schenkelbürste is? Thigh brush.
What?
Well, I would like to introduce you to my Schenkelbürste. Do your thighs need brushing? Schnell!
What is what's this one? This is the fanny tickler?
The fanny tickler?
Oh yeah, because it's the other side where we're from.
Work that one out. Work that one out, indeed. Hey,
English people in the audience will know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh dear. So listen, before we descend into darkness again, please line up and give us good questions. Otherwise, you're just
or bad questions. There's no pressure here.
There's no pressure here. But I met people from Switzerland yesterday. Oz, where are my Aussies at? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Love it. Love it. They must do that. It's literally the law over there. They have to do it. And there were some Kiwis in the house?
Yeah.
Some New Zealanders?
There's that photo.
Some Swiss? Some Belgian? Belgiumese? Danish?
Yeah.
I like a good Danish with my Schenkelbürste. I've got a little Danish stuck in my Schenkelbürste.
Hey there.
I'm just gonna let you ride this one today. I'm enjoying it.
Sounds like you already did.
Wie kann man bis am besten zum Schenkelbürste, bitte? What's the best way to get to your thigh brush?
My thigh brush? Is this a joke?
Thigh, your thigh brush. Not tie. You know, in Ireland we draw
tie.
33 and a third.
So it's crack.
Oh yeah, I've got a good story about crack actually.
Yeah.
So I was doing this show in Canada, in Toronto, called Being Erica, and we were.
Give it up for Being Erica.
So basically, we were shooting in Toronto, and crack is in Ireland is C-R-A-I-C, and it's like, oh, we had some crack last night. It doesn't mean we were doing crack. We were having fun, because crack in Irish is fun. It's the translation. So I'm at dinner with the head of the CBC, this woman called Kristen Stewart. She's like an ice queen, right? She's like, sitting right beside me at this dinner, this fancy dinner, and I'm just a new cast member. And this guy asked me across the table, he goes, so, how have the Canadians been treating you? Have you been having fun? And I said, oh my God, my producers are so sad. We were out last night, we had the best crack I've ever had.
And I didn't see this woman, my boss's face, her jaw just hit the table. She's like, I've employed a junkie. And she's like, and I said, no, it was just so, we were out and we had so much crack. It was the whole night, and I was going on and on. And then I could see everyone else looking at her, and I looked up, I said, oh, no. Crack in Ireland is fun.
Not better.
I never really got her back. Nah. Yeah.
Now, even though it's spelled C-R-A-I-C, it's crack, but would it, in Gaelic, or in Irish, would it be craik?
No, crack.
It would just be crack.
Yeah.
Crack. Gotcha.
Violon cracking a rare.
Cracking a rare?
We had a lot of crack last night.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'm leaving that alone. Leave it alone. You're wearing a mustache. Leave crack alone. Hello. Hi. Questions?
Hi, I'm Abby Lynn.
Abby Lynn Haskey.
Abby Lynn in the house.
So I am gonna start this, and I'm gonna hope that you take it the way that I know you will. So how, if you had the choice to pick 3 items to make the cashier uncomfortable, what 3 items would you get to make your cashier feel really uncomfortable?
A cashier?
Yes, like you're at a store and you have to buy 3 items to make your cashier feel uncomfortable. What would you buy?
Vagiclean?
Vagiclean? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
This sounds like Irish crack to me. Thank you. Vagisil.
Vagisil.
Good.
In Ireland.
Welcome to Gynecology with Dave and Adam. We're subbing in for the ladies today.
A Vagisil, a crucifix.
What the hell did I walk into?
And a ball gag. Obviously.
A box of adult Depend diapers.
A box of Honey Nut Cheerios.
A bottle of ketchup and some wieners. That's on you guys. That's not on me. That laughter is you guys. I can hear the gerbil. I know what you guys are thinking. Or I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know at all. I don't care to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Abby Lynn. Can we top that?
All right. Hello.
Hi, I'm Marie. So if you could switch places with each other for one day, what would you do?
Me and Adam?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd probably shoot a grenade launcher. At my own face.
You're talking about the show. Do you mean us as actors or us as humans?
As actors.
Yeah. As actors.
I'd stroke my Schenkelbrüste.
Oh, thank you, Germany. Thank you. You're welcome. Dankeschön. If I was Mick Davies, if Ketch was Mick Davies, what's the first thing I would do? I would typey, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for saying it, so I didn't have to. Make a good solid TPS report. You know, just do some filing. Just do some really good filing. But if I was Adam, I would love to step into his dad's shoes and just enjoy his beautiful, beautiful twins for a day. And because we share dad photos a lot, and he's just got such a beautiful family right now, and I just love watching you light up. So I can't wait to meet them.
Yeah,
you know my daughter, but I don't know your kids yet.
I read his daughter a bedtime story myself.
Oh my God. I've got this beautiful video of you and your wife reading My Little Lass. And you remember that night, we had a really good crack that night. And you and Haley were like, we were all a little bit blotto because I think you'd just been married in Vegas, right? And we're all just like loving each other and we're sending her out the door. My daughter's in bed and they're like, let's have one, Haley. They walked out, it's so good. And so it was really beautiful. Like you were really like, that night it wasn't that night, but you were like, it opened up the door. No, you know what I mean, but you guys were like, so in love with just the process of the kid that night, and it was so great.
It was. Like we had planned not to start having sex. We had planned not to start trying for a kid until I'd finished this show in Norway, but we were in South Africa, and you know the air down there or whatever. And we had two. We had fucking two.
Now, was it holiday babies? Was it like Christmas?
It was Christmas. We were in a place called God's Window. I swear to God.
Talk about a crack.
And like, you want to the blow by blow? No, but we had found out, we all got COVID then. Like, so Haley was pregnant, then we all got COVID. No one had any vaccines at that point. So we were kind of really fucking worried for the first while. And then what happened was I was trying to get back to Norway to shoot the show. She was coming with me, and the only appointment we could get with the gynae was when we got a negative test. So we went to my sister's gynecologist in South Africa, and she's just like, you know, Belgianese woman, and she's quite acerbic, and she was like, yeah, I don't think you don't look like you're 6 or 7 weeks, like 14, 15 weeks, and we both started panicking. Oh, Jesus Christ, what? And then, you know, she examined her and she goes, oh, no, I found out the problem. 2 heartbeats. And we just, for the next 48 hours, every time we looked at each other, we just burst out laughing, you know? It was just like, fuck me, are you serious? But yeah, blessing, an absolute blessing. Now that they're like 14 months, it's we kind of come out of the weeds a little bit.
That's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Cheers.
Great question, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hello. Oh,
Dave and Adam?
That'd be great.
Well, we did like the Mick and Catch Christmas, a very Merry Catchmas.
Oh yes, that got very perverted.
No, it was loving and tender.
I just don't know how to quit you.
We went on a hunt for Krampus, but then we opened an Airbnb at the end, or like a nice woodsy, lot of chopping wood and sweater vests, and cuddling.
But as our characters in Supernatural would be quite funny. Yeah, like a Hallmark movie where
well, you would have to, so if we were in the movie together, right, like the classic would be, you've got to be the aspirational guy and I've got to be the douchebag boyfriend, right?
Yeah, but what would happen is if we did it as a prequel to our characters appearing on Supernatural. So like if we did it as kind of like we were in love.
Yeah.
And then you fucked me over. Or I fucked you over. That's kind of why you killed me at the end. It wasn't because Hess told you to. It's because, like, you know, I cheated on you with, I don't know, Elvis or something.
What? Elvis?
I don't know. It's Supernatural. Anything can happen.
No, true. But I like the idea that, have they done a queer positive Hallmark movie yet? They've had gay characters, but they haven't had a gay romance, right? They did?
Jonathan Bennett.
Okay, cool. Well, I think you and I should have like a just very sweet, tender bromance.
Yeah, that'd be so.
Why not? Let's see that.
I paid. To watch. No.
Now we're getting into AO3 territory. Whoa! I love that in the back, like, yeah! That's our people! God, I love AO3. It's so creative. It's so inventive. I love it.
There are no limits to people's imagination.
Yeah, I need to pace myself. Like, I can only go in every once in 6 months or so because I need therapy for a month after.
And a whole new box of Kleenex.
But like... And that's when I go get my adult diaper, some wieners, and some ketchup. Why? Hi, let's move on.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Berkeley.
Hi, Berkeley.
Hi. Okay, so a little bit of an interesting question. So I am a makeup artist, and I want in like the industry and stuff like that.
Nice. Here in Vancouver?
Well, I'm currently in school.
Okay, nice. Great.
So my question is, what is like either a really interesting time that you've had in either the makeup chair or in makeup, period? Or just like a funny time, or like the worst thing you've ever experienced sitting in a makeup chair?
Ooh. I've never had to do prosthetics or creature stuff. My dearest brother friend that is working in town here does tons of creature and monster performance. His stories of being in the chair for 5 hours before you even get to a shot are intense. I've never had to do anything like that. I don't have any tattoos, because that's the other thing. Like, a lot of actors told me earlier, they're like, you know, just don't get any visible tattoos. It gives you an extra hour in the chair. Like, and you know, like that extra hour in the morning when you have a 5 a.m. call, but it gets pushed to 4 a.m. What I love about
makeup artists love you for that.
Yeah, the thing about hair and makeup too is they're the first there, except for transport, and the last to leave.
Yeah.
And so they're just, if you got a good hair and makeup trailer, that sets the vibe for the whole day. Yeah. And it can be so joyous and fun and gossipy, and you really get to know each other so fast, like you're on a 3-week shoot, and you're just like, you can be best buds at the end. So they really help create the culture and vibe of the show.
And you also have, like, it's the smartest thing in the world to be like a legend to your makeup artist, because in the morning, as David said, they're the first person you see in the morning and the last person you see at night. And you know, when I was doing this show, I had this sweet older British lady, and she was my makeup artist, and she would get this little pillow in the back of my chair, tilt the chair back, and I'd fall asleep, and she'd do my makeup while I was asleep.
Oh, nice.
She was the sweetest person in the world, because the first 2 times I was like, oh, sorry, no, I'm sorry. And she was like, no, sit back, relax. And then I'd wake up and my makeup would be done.
I had some really cool prosthetics on Supernatural, though. There was one where when I'm the twin brother, Alexander, I got really beat up hard and they had to give me a really lazy eye and the thing. So that was like a whole process. And then the heart, when I died the second time. The whole heart getting ripped out of my chest and all the blood and then hanging in my hand, and they had a pump so it would beat in my hand. Like, just stuff like that's incredible. So like the special effects makeup is really fun too. And I love that when they would beat me up and put scars on my face and do all that extra stuff. It's just, again, you get to work with these incredible other artists and collaborators, and you're all making something that just hopefully reads and plays and is truthful in imaginary circumstances on screen. So
yeah, it's the thing about filmmaking is that, you know, every cog in the procedure has to be like working. Like the assistant props guy, if he brings the wrong sword, it takes another half an hour to go back to the truck and get the right. So everyone has to be on point, and it's so impressive to work with these people who, you know, elevate everything about your performance, because you come in raw with your own work done, and then makeup has an idea, what if we do this? And they're like, oh, that's cool, and then like it all builds, so everyone's working together. It's such a kind of like a family of people that have to work together to the best of their ability to produce a show that was as successful as Supernatural. It really is.
Yeah, so it's just, you could really set the tone for the whole day by making that hair and makeup trailer a really safe space for fun, pleasure, and music and joy. And all the gossip, baby, all the gossip. All the gossip.
Oh, I have basically the main thing my teachers told me is they're like, what is said in the makeup trailer stays in the makeup.
Well, and that's the thing too. That really does have to. That has to be a code. That does have to be code. It's got to be safe, therapeutic space.
Oh yeah.
100%. Because I've been on those shows where the hair and makeup was a little bit catty. And that doesn't make for a fun set, especially with the 2 female co-leads. Oh, meow.
I'm sure we can work it out what show it was. No. Thank you. Hello.
Cheers.
Thank you.
How are you? I know. Well, I've done Saturday Night Special twice, and I've stuck to, you know, something I kind of know, because I'm not really a singer. I'm not a singer at all, actually. But I've done U2 with or without you a couple of times, and it was just, it's the most liberal. I know it's different with the band, because you come out here and you feel like a fucking rock star. You know, the lights are down and the place is full. But yeah, that's kind of what I would do if I was going to do karaoke. I know what yours is.
Mine has been for a long time Faith by George Michael, and then I got...
If you haven't seen him do Faith by George Michael, you haven't lived. It's amazing. It's
Well, I
good.
I got to do a version with the band, and we did this sort of like pared down, little funkier number of it, and that was really fun. I did a bunch of SNS with Faith like that. The other one I used to really do was "Tempted" by Squeeze. You know "Tempted"? It's a great song. It's a nice karaoke song. It's not a bring down the roof, but it's a fun one to sing. So, what? I bought a toothbrush, some toothpaste, a flannel for my face, pajamas, a hairbrush, new shoes, and a case. Yeah, there you go. How about it? Dance, monkey, dance! Just automatic. I'm happy to do it. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Bex. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Ah, it's the law.
So my question is, you might have kind of answered some of it yesterday morning, but what is your go-to party tricks?
My go-to party trick?
You do that thing with the ping pong ball.
I didn't know he was winning.
Out of my crack. Now that's fun.
It reminds me of Bangkok.
Oh yeah.
No, the place.
Well, if you want to do a deep dive on the YouTube, some people have put some of my stories from these panels on the internet. Just Google Dave Hayden Jones mashed potatoes. But we won't go into that story.
That's a story.
That's a dare.
Oh my God.
The one party trick I had when I was a teenager, and it's not a very good trick at all. I could make my salivary glands shoot under the bottom of my tongue a few feet.
Don't do that
Gleeking?
right now.
Is that like a kink?
So perverse.
Is that a kink? So you can force yourself to
She was a gleeker.
Glink? Gleek. Like a spitting dragon. So I would do this thing where I would and especially if I used toothpaste on the back of my tongue and put my tongue out for 30 seconds, yeah, so I'd be brushing my teeth.
That's what he meant. Yeah.
And then I would shoot liquid out of my mouth.
Yeah.
After he finished. Are you finished?
Yeah. It's all Gleek to me. What? Terrible. Terrible. So low fruit.
Yeah.
So someone's... Dude, I just realized someone could put this online. This, and then this, and then this.
Oh yeah.
They don't record it here. They don't record anything. That's good. It's a safe space, right? We're talking about the hair and makeup trailer. This is safe space. How about you? Did you ever party trick? Gleek. Gleeking. That's the term?
Yeah, Gleek.
Gleek.
Gleeking.
Gleeking. Okay.
I don't have one. I cannot think of a party trick. My party trick was to be at all the parties. When I was younger.
Could you do the thing with the bottle cap? That thing?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, that's a trick. That was fun. Could you do the beer on the edge of the table?
Yeah.
That?
Do you know that game you used to do with the cereal box? Did you ever have that game with the cereal box when you go like that? You got to put your hands behind your back, and you got an empty cereal box, and you go down and you bite it, and if you get it, then they cut that bit off, and so it gets lower and lower and lower.
No.
Yeah, we had some fucking fun times. we were crazy.
This sounds like the Irish pinata. What is this?
It was just, yeah, I don't know. So you go,
you eat a cereal box?
You don't eat it. You just if you have to get to it.
You tear pieces off.
When it gets really low, it's obviously much harder. You're like that. I was joking.
Careful.
I was acting.
You're good. I believe you. Did it have a name, that game? The cereal box game?
The cereal box game. No, I don't know.
I love it.
Has anyone ever played that? Yes, there you go. Thank you.
So Irish. So it is an Irish
thing. An Irish thing.
Now,
As I said, we're
now is there a winner, or is it just for the sake
of
like
keep the end of the cereal box?
What a gift! Amazing.
People have slobbered all over it. You know.
Dick, Thank you. I guess. So, or I apologize. You're welcome. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
First, I want to say thank you for embarrassing me during karaoke, Adam.
How did I do that?
And also, you put the...
Mike. Just please say Mike.
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 But also, sorry for screaming in your ear as you walked by.
That's a pleasure. You were a beautiful singer.
No, I was not, but thank you. But my question is, if you could be any other character, what would you be on the show?
It's a hard one to answer that, but Mark Pellegrino. No, it is hard because, you know, as actors, like you're in awe of some of the work your friends do, and they just make those characters iconic. So to try and remove yourself from that situation, objectively say, like, you know, I would love to play Lucifer once, you know, but maybe not Lucifer in Supernatural because that's only been done by one legend, you know. But yeah, like Lucifer's always one that I would give as an answer to that question.
And I got to do a panel with Mark Shepard and
who's here this weekend?
Who's here this weekend? That's so exciting. We were in Salt Lake City and we did our first panel together. It was quite fun. And I told him to his face, I was like, I loved Crowley as a character. It was just so amazing. But then there's only Mark Shepard in that role. So it's like, it's just 100% impossible to imagine it without him. But I did say to him, and we talked together, and we actually kind of did a little mini improv. We know that Ketch and Crowley knew each other. I would have loved to have had just one scene of Ketch and Crowley doing like a deal about the demon, like the hellhounds. Because we know that the British Maniletters and Crowley did business together. I would have loved to have just seen how that dynamic would have been.
Yeah, it's
just
surprising that
do
they
a
never
two-hander with
folded it
one.
in, because, like,
well, they didn't have time, remember? They had to like scale the size of that season down because they just had too many storylines going. But oh man, it would have just been
too long
great.
staring on that one. Not bitter. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you.
I'm Abby.
Hi, Abby.
My question is, since you guys have traveled so many places, when you travel, is there like a specific thing that you have to buy every time you go there, like a specific dessert, candy, food?
Oh, now for me it's because I have kids. Now I try and buy something in wherever we are that like is local to the town. I got them these little Colorado hats when we were in Denver or whatever. So like it's a good excuse to waste money. I know, to spend money on your kids and buy them little gifts every once in a while. But like, it's mostly food I try and, you know, focus on. You know, like find a really good restaurant that someone recommends in the town that you're in, and then go. Like we had this beautiful sushi last night that Chris Schmelke had recommended, and Briana very kindly booked this table for us, and then ended up missing the dinner because she was here helping my ass. It was this beautiful sushi. I've never tried this kind of specific type of sushi that they do, which is specific to this restaurant. Miku, I think it was called. Check it out. But yeah, that's kind of what I would do.
The nice thing, I love to sample the little chocolates of the world, the little candies and chocolates. And it's so nice. I put it out there once, and now I don't have to buy it anyways. And I go to all these conventions, and like I'm just literally overloaded with little biscuits and chocolates of like their local favorites in like Germany and Italy and France. And it's just amazing. So, and I'm also just like, I try to travel light, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't take anything back with me. It's so delicious. So I'm just like in a chocolate coma before I get my flight. I'm just like, oh my God, hate myself in the morning. But yeah, I do love tasting the delectable desserts of the world. It's quite fun. Thank you, Abby.
Thanks, Abby. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Very well.
My question is, what's your guys' best pickup line?
Best pickup line? Jesus, it's been a while.
Get your coat from the knees. You know, make sure you... Pickup line.
We got it.
They're not all gold, folks.
Yeah.
I've never had game. I've never had game, a pickup line, like...
I had a friend who read that book, The Game, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he had no game. And so even when he read the book, The Game, he had no game. He would try and, you know, like, okay, I'm going to use this line. Here's a quarter. Call your mom. Tell her you're not coming home tonight. Dude, seriously? Whoa. Fuck, people are running away from you.
But also, it's just, I mean, and the game has changed so much. Like with dating apps, I've never been on a dating app, and I'm just like, I haven't been to a bar as a single guy for forever, and I like, are guys even allowed to approach women anymore? It's been so long. It's been so, are we in a bar? I'm like, I feel like, I'm like, this is my lawyer. Will you sign an NDA so I can ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I'm terrified?
You know, the Irish accent really does go far, right? So
it really does. Oh
so
my
what I would
God.
do when I was single in LA, I would go up to a bar and I'd see a pretty girl and I would go up and I go, can I get a pint of Guinness, please? Are you Irish? Yes.
So as a Canadian, as an Albertan, it's not as charming.
Sorry.
Hey, can I get a 2-4 a Pilsner, eh? Can I get a poutine and a fucking double-double? Any ladies want a piece of that, right? Frickin' right, Spuddy, they do.
Do you know,
got a tailgate party later tonight. Let's fucking give her. Let's fucking go her.
The first place I ever heard the term double fisting was in a bar in Canada.
Yeah, no. It means something different in Canada.
So I was walking back from the bar with 2 pints, and this girl goes, "Oh, you're double fisting." I said, "Jesus Christ, they're very forward here in Canada, aren't they?" I just had 2 beers. And I went down and I gave my buddy the beer and he goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "What this girl just said, are you double fisting?" I was like, "That's fucking incredible." And he goes, "No, she just meant you had 2 drinks."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
See, that's not a good pickup line.
No.
Do you want a double fist with me? Oh, here's a good Canadian pickup line.
One after the other or at the same time?
Would you be the cheese curd on my poutine? That could actually work. In Montreal. But then you'd also be like, do you like smoked meat? That could work in Montreal too. J'ai besoin de la poutine à la pâtisserie dans les raisons gratuites. Okay. That was a shout out to free delivery back there. Thank you.
Hey, Ray.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, my name's Aaron.
Your name's what?
Aaron.
Aaron, how are you, man?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
So I got a bit of a joke role play question before I actually go into my actual question.
Okay.
And be due to my lovely wife. So you're an Irish, you have an Irish accent, you are an Irish actor, you're a Canadian actor, and you're playing the British Men of Letters.
Sure.
Where did your accents go?
Where they go?
Or where did they come from?
Where did they come from?
Well, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well,
okay, no, you go.
No, please.
Seriously, go.
And the follow-up to that is, where did you get your dialect training? So,
I'm fortunate that I have a very, very posh English uncle, and his name is David, and he's like Oxford, Cambridge educated.
Oxbridge.
Oxford. And Ketch is mostly my Uncle Dave, he's literally a chinwagger. He's a toffee-nosed, like, yeah, right, good, right, quite right, yes, good, yes, quite right. But he's a lovely English gentleman, and I based Ketch mostly on him, and then, as I said yesterday, sort of Roger Moore's Americanized received pronunciation, and then a soupçon of Peter Cushing during his more arch moments. And that's how I sort of lived.
I kind of grew up watching British television, so like, you know, things like EastEnders that we've, you know, as Irish and British people we always watched. And so yeah, I had more of an ear. Like if I'm doing an American accent, I'll always get a dialect coach because you don't want to butcher the American accent. But for the British accent, I just kind of, it's just in my ear. You know, I lived in London for 5 years. But I did kind of loosely base it on, not base it, but like, you know, I watched Oliver Twist and The Art from the Odger and Oliver Twist. You know, that's kind of where it came from, or bits of it came from anyway. That's it.
So yeah,
Thanks,
you.
Aaron.
Great question.
Cheers, man.
Or is this a follow-up?
Thank you. Oh, you
Thank
are.
you.
Hello. Yes, it's you.
How are you guys?
Excellent, thank you.
My question is, if you guys could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
A lifetime supply of anything. What
Love.
would it be? That's just, you can't beat that.
It's the only thing, folks. It's the only thing.
Love is all you
Pickup
need.
line.
Just trying to... Oh, that's a good...
pickup line.
What? A pickup line?
That's a good pickup line.
Will you love me? Not creepy at all. Hi. Will you be my friend?
You woke up and just say love.
Never mind.
I love you, friend.
Too much, too soon.
Why am I still single?
The walk is impressive. It's probably the walk more than what you said.
Will you be my friend?
Yeah, I don't know. How could you beat love? Like but a lifetime supply of Vagisil, probably.
Listen, let me just say, if we're bringing it full to David Adams' Gynecology 101, if you need a lifetime supply of Vagisil, you have deeper problems. That's all I'm saying. You need more medicine. You need to change your diet, pH, maybe some alkaline water. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But seriously, what lifetime supply of like practical, like a Costco run?
Probably gas at the moment would be handy.
Yeah. I like electricity. Electricity is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like light.
Life?
I don't think
Is that too meta?
Life? A lifetime supply of life?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds exhausting to me. I'm praying for death.
Oh, I can make that happen.
Slow it down. Thank you for your question. Very existential.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have an answer? Hold on. Yeah,
What's
let's
your
hold it up.
lifetime supply of what?
No, I don't have an answer.
Come on.
get that.
I only have questions.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it, which is why I want to hear your guys' answers.
Okay.
Ketchup.
I think that's a dodge.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
Hi, Amelia.
Hi, Amelia.
I was just wondering, since you're men of letters, what is your favorite letter?
I love that.
That's another new one.
I've always been partial to Q.
Me too. Fuck, I was going to say Q.
Do you know that Adam and I have the same birthday?
Born the same day.
We're brothers from other mothers. Literally. Like, maybe one of the reasons we bonded. 2 Libras in balance, doing this.
Yeah.
Add that to the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, Q. I was just going through my head.
Q, but not QAnon. Let's just not start that rumor, okay?
No, just Q.
Just Q, the letter Q. I think it's an interesting letter. I was a big Scrabble person. So all the letters that you could spell with a Q without the U were very important. I had that list memorized as a Scrabbler. As a gleeking Scrabbler. Hey, hi, nice to meet you. I just saw you from across the room. I gleek and I Scrabble. Can I buy you a drink? No, not working?
Great, we'll get to you. Why not? There's 2 more. We'll fly through it. Go.
Hi, I'm Madison.
Madison, hi.
My question, because you were talking about how much you love AO3, I was wondering what you search for.
I've never been on it. I've never been on it. David.
Is that true? You never have?
No.
You've never done a deep dive?
Anything I know about AO3 is from you.
Really?
I thought it was like...
Not the recreations.
I thought she was a representative from New York.
Yeah. I don't search for anything. I just used to get sent stories. And I had a few like hand-delivered and published to my tables at other conventions. And oh my, indeed. There was one that was wild, but it was me, Ketch, and Dean Wow.
Yeah.
You can't
how
unsee that,
How many
folks.
boxes of Kleenex did you go through that night?
Oh, stop.
And then one last question. We'll get this last lady here.
Look at Rob. He's just like, oh my God, why? All right, one more.
What's been your guys' favorite place you've traveled to?
Favorite place I've traveled to? Oh, so many, like great places. But New Zealand. I've been to New Zealand.
New Zealand was incredible. And I love Paris. Paris is unbelievable. Believe all the rumors.
It's the city of lights.
It is. You look so good, Rob. Can I just say this?
Aw.
Like, I love all your looks, but this is like, you look fucking like a pit bull, man. You look fucking raw. I was just saying, with your buzz cut, I wanted to see if we could, my mustache and your hair could create Velcro. There we go. Nice. It worked.
Wow.
Science!
You saw it here first, kids.
Guys, this has been amazing. We love you so much.
This